Hello everyone, welcome to an impromptu Friday night. Back on my farm on no man's land, just playing for fun when I get a chance. Which doesn't seem like it's very often. It is fall, so this is kind of a fall wrap-up, if you will. Sorry for the late delay. We were trying to get Caveman in. It doesn't look like he's going to quite make it this go-around, but hopefully maybe next time or sometime in the not-too-distant future we'll be able to get him into this map as well, because these fields have gotten so big, I could definitely use the help. How is everybody doing? And Caveman X is here in spirit and voice. Say hi, Caveman.
Hello.
And if you want to move us into the members channel, I'd be happy to chat with members this evening as well. We kind of do that sometimes on Fridays.
All right, moving us down.
Appreciate it. Mr. Kuntz, Redshift the Fox, Too Cool, Farming Sins, Kaminsky Dog, Kevin Prolinsky, and Mr. Corbett. Holy crap, there he is, the man himself. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody had a good week. Eric, a funny thing happened on the way to the forum. You were asking about the year one bundle thing that's displaying underneath the videos these days. And so when I'm setting up a video in YouTube so that it will display on the channel homepage and alert you guys that a stream is coming up, I can tell it that the video or the stream is going to be about gaming, and then it asks me what game. Well, I used to be able to enter Farm Sim 22 and it would just say Farm Sim 22. Now, I don't know what YouTube has done, but there is no longer Farm Sim 22. It says Farm Sim Year 1 Bundle. So that's why that's popping up. I don't know if Giants reached out to YouTube or if YouTube dropped the ball somewhere. That's just what happens, or what has happened. So if it causes any confusion, you have my apologies. Not like I have any control over that. Bear Down 1995, you got a headache and taking in 2021 Dune YouTube vids. Dune, like Dune the movie, Dune the book by Frank Herbert Dune? I'm not quite sure. How do you become a moderator on my channel? Evan? I hope I have that right this time. I've been bad with names lately. I hope it's Evan. Kaminsky Dog. It's really hard to keep track of people's real names and their usernames, so I mostly call people by their usernames. Anyway, you hang out, you become a friend of the channel, you be a positive influence toward everybody. Watch what Kevin is doing. Kevin didn't ask for anything, and I don't generally, I don't take applications, and I don't generally hand out things to people who ask. It's more a reward for you being such a positive supporter and influence of Harv's World. So that's how you become a moderator. And so far we've done pretty well without getting too overly exuberant about having moderators and such. The ones we have do a good job, and we don't get too much negativity in the channel. So yeah, so Ben Corbin is my nephew, and he does not have moderator status. Although he is a very positive influence around here, that would be a almost like showing favoritism. Even if he is my nephew. Caveman is my right-hand man and administrator. He has been with me since I had less than 100 subscribers. He came in, showed an interest. He has been so incredibly generous, so incredibly helpful. I wish there was more that I could do for him, because he has done so much for me. Although we do trade favors, but that's not what it's about. We've developed a pretty solid friendship at this point. and I couldn't do it all without him. Honestly. I even tried to hire him at one point, and then things got weird, so it's not like I have much money to hire anybody, but I at least wanted to start showing him some financial appreciation for what he does, and then it didn't quite work out, but we'll see. For those of you who don't know, and I'm sure most of you do at this point, Farming Sin's wife is struggling with cancer. She is working hard to get through it, and the whole family, of course. That's a challenge for everyone, and they have started a GoFundMe page. The link to that GoFundMe is in the video description down below the video. I do like to try to get that thrown out at least once per stream. So, if you have it within your means, please feel free to help the Farming Sins family out. And that doesn't necessarily mean you have to get involved financially. By sharing that link around to various social media sites, you can be helpful there too. Just getting the word out is a big help, and I know a lot of people have done a lot to help so far, and it's all very much appreciated. Absolutely, Kevin. So are you, man. So are you. I still think back and smile on the whole Kevin and Karen debacle. I love that whole backstory, man. It's one of my favorite things that's happened since I started up this stuff going on. So, it kind of looks like I'm out of money. Yeah, you should check out the GoFundMe. And Farming Sins is also a YouTuber. He's got his own YouTube channel where he hangs out with pals like I do and does some streaming. We actually did a stream with him at one point when the whole GoFundMe thing was first getting started, and brought some good attention to his channel. So you can always check him out too. And you can get a feel for how big my sunflower field is. That was over 200,000 liters of sunflowers off of this thing.
Good day. That's massive.
I know, right? And then if I open the map, these are my 4 fields now. That's the sunflower. This is the canola. This is barley, and then I've got a wheat field. I've got a couple different things I want to think about getting into in the not too distant future. Probably get into the bakery business in a big way. Patrick, how's it going, Patrick?
Hey, Patrick.
All right, Evan. Don't get too excited, but we very much appreciate it, man. Outstanding, good man. And guys, I am in the Harvest World members channel on the Discord, so you guys want to chat and chill, feel free to drop in and join us. I will keep my voice going as long as I can. I got kind of out of practice, and it's been starting to get a little sore after a couple hours, so we'll see what I can do. And Pat, for those of you who don't know, Patrick made a fantastic, I used it almost every time every time I log into FarmSim now, FarmSim22. Patrick made a fantastic mod and server manager for FS22. Caveman can actually probably tell you about that a little bit better than I can. He was a little bit involved in getting that all sorted out and setting up with testing and ideas. You want to tell them about the mod manager, Caveman?
Okay, so the way it works is you create a button inside of the program that allows you to set up a folder for specific mods and map, and you can link it to a server via a server mods download link. And every time you click that button to launch it, it'll check that server and compare the mods you have downloaded in that folder with the mods on the server to make sure they match. If they don't match, it'll download the ones from the server to the folder so that they do match. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I've got to go hunt down and find this file. Or if you're managing the server, you don't have to worry about, oh, I've got to tell 2 or 20 people, hey, you know, go download this mod or update this mod.
Right, so
That sounds like pretty good. That sounds like a pretty good explanation as any.
well, and don't forget that it also stores the server name and password. So when you click the button, it will launch the game for you. Well, it checks all your downloads, downloads anything from the server you don't have, and updates your mods to match what's on the server. And it stores the game name and password. So it will take you straight into the game. You click on multiplayer, and you're all ready to search and have the password entered for that server. And if you're on multiple play servers, that's really handy because you don't have to remember all those passwords or write them down anymore. Patrick's program, and he's the guy who was just talking, keeps all that information for you. Plus, it allows you to look at your log file in real time. There's some other really nice features in there as well that I'm sure Patrick could fill you in on better than I can.
Sending the buttons are really cool too. If you're getting a new player to play with you on multiplayer, you can just kick over the button and everything you need is right there.
And that's Farming Sins, and he brings up a very good point. So when you create a button in this mod manager, you can share that button with other members or players. So all they have to do is load the button you send them into their version of mod manager, and they can launch directly from that button without having to do any setup work on their own except to install the button. Firefighting Farmer and Mr. Swede, how are you guys doing? Kevin, don't sweat ever having to leave, man. I totally understand. No worries there.
Worries.
That's right, Jordan. The banquets are here to keep my throat from getting sore. And congratulations to your sister, Jordan, who's a nurse. And if she ever needs a place to stay, she can come to Nevada, because it's always good to have a medical professional on hand nearby. Oh. And I got to tell you guys, it was a long week. I had some extra responsibilities at work this week, managerial level responsibilities that I've never done before. And 2 solid days of hard work. One to set up for it, and then one to find. I still have about a half a day's worth of work left to do when I get back on Monday. As far as the regular stream goes, next week I will be out of town for work on Wednesday, so I think what we're probably going to do is push back to Tuesday. So we'll do Sunday and Tuesday. And then, of course, Friday nights are impromptu nights. Sometimes they happen. Most of the time they happen. Sometimes they don't, just depending on how stressful and my work week has been and how tired I am, which you guys don't want to hear about, but that's part of life. So, just to keep you guys informed, that's probably what's happening next week. We'll probably shift from Wednesday to Tuesday, and then after that we'll be back on our regular schedule until work calls me away again. And Mr. Corbin says he's a roly-poly kind of guy. Welcome to the jungle, my nephew.
Been in the jungle. What are you talking about?
Oh, there he is. So in the chat with us now we have got Caveman Farming Sins, Patrick. Patrick, how do you pronounce your last name?
Guanier.
Colnier?
Guanier.
Quanier.
So the C sounds like an S.
Oh, Swanier?
Schwanier, yep.
Schwanier. Okay,
there you
good
go.
to know. And my nephew,
Hey.
Benjamin Corbin, is with us as well.
Swan Air, you know that movie with Nicolas Cage?
That was Con Air.
Right, that's Con Air.
I know. Have you guys ever?
Nope.
I'm trying to make. Shush. I'm trying to run Farm Sim 22 to just make sure it runs on this PC, and I had this issue last time. I don't know how I got past it, but on the update, it just sits on download and verify forever.
What's it trying to update, and from where?
Just Farming Simulator 22, the install version, I guess.
Oh, so you bought the direct version?
Yeah.
Have you checked Giant's websites to see if there's updates that you can manually install?
No.
I would try that next. I've never bought or launched directly through Giant, so I don't know. Anyone? Bueller? Anybody else run the game directly from Giants and not through Steam or something?
I
run
run
it through Steam.
Mine's came
Like
from
I had-
Giants.
I think I had to buy it through Giants in order to use your code.
Yeah, you would. I'm sorry, Sins. What were you saying?
I said mine's just through Giants.
Okay. Does it
Do you ever
do
have that
anything?
problem with downloading?
No. I mean, when the game first released, obviously, yeah, there was issues, but it shouldn't be a problem now, unless they goofed something up in the last patch.
Okay.
I would try what Harv mentioned to see if there's a different download for it.
Oh, and that's right. Congratulations, FF. FF is closing on a house this past week. Congratulations to him. Still pending, apparently, but if he at least knows it's pending,
That's positive.
that's positive. That's right.
So is that where the party's at this week?
That's right. You better have a lifetime supply of banquets. Oh wait, FF's not old enough to buy banquets yet. Evan, it is Evan, right? Kaminsky Dog. I hope you're from Chicago and you're called Kaminsky Dog because you go to Kaminsky Stadium and watch the White Sox. Mostly adults do watch me because I'm a crotchety old man. And we don't do a lot of the silly things a lot of other streamers do. And I just say silly because it's not my cup of tea. You know. This is pretty straightforward. Chat with Harv and the fellas. Watch some Farm Sim. We'll pass on information as we have it, or we'll answer any questions that you have.
That we can answer.
That we can answer. If not, we'll at least try to point you in a direction of where to find the information you're looking for. That sort of thing. But yeah, we do have an older audience. Eddie, 18, good to see you, man. I'm sure you saw, but Eddie's been providing a lot of fantastic information to us. We're learning precision farming on our $1 million playthrough. And Eddie has made 2 incredible posts on the last 2 streams giving us information about precision farming and how it functions. And I want to thank you for those, Eddie. That information has been very helpful, although I think the last stream we kind of were like information overload going, well, do we do this or do we do that? So, you know, we just need to play it and run it and test it a little bit on our end to more easily make those decisions, but
Is it really that much different from the last precision farms?
yeah, it is actually very, very different from the last precision farming.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the
Very.
concept is similar, but there are some very distinct differences that actually make it, what would you say, about at least 100% more challenging than previous precision farming.
At least, yes.
I guess I haven't tried it yet, so that was something that I was thinking of doing.
Yeah, there's a lot
like
going
me-
on there.
Yeah.
Well, and we're playing on a map with a lot of custom crops that didn't take precision farming into account, or precision farming doesn't take them into account. So we're not entirely sure how all that's going to end up working itself out, but
Speaking of that, there's anhydrous was a thing that was recently discussed. There's now a full anhydrous mod that you can get, which has the implement and the tanks, and I believe it also has a precision farming for that function.
oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's nice.
So do you own, well, do you, I don't know how much information you have, but I mean, is that just a situation where, is it like fertilizer, but you're using anhydrous nitrogen instead?
Yes, yes. And you usually typically use it, if I'm not mistaken, in 19 you would use it for corn. I think that was pretty much the only time you ever used it. I guess you could use it for regular crops. I haven't downloaded and played with the new mod yet. I'm going to test it out here probably this week on a stream.
Just on, just from initial, watching the world around me, I feel like anhydrous is something that's more used in the Midwest, where they do grow a lot of corn and soybean, and especially the corn. It makes sense that they would be using that to inject nitrogen straight into the soil. But I'm not a real life farmer. I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, I worked on the farm, but I've never used anhydrous before, so. And for us, it was just spread the cow manure on the fields.
Yeah. Believe it or not, here in Nevada, they don't do that much. And I'll tell you why. There are a lot of cattle in Nevada. It's our primary, ranching is our primary function here. But a lot of the farmers don't spread cow manure because, especially if they want to maintain like a quality or purity level of their hay, they don't want the manure to bring in noxious weeds. Because those seeds, I mean, that's how they get transplanted a lot of times, through animal droppings. Especially the guys who have like really pristine alfalfa fields or specialty grass mixes. And hay right now is outrageous. Like the cost of hay for ranchers. Average price when things are normal is maybe $150 to $175 a ton. Right now, hay is around $350 a ton.
I'm guessing that's where you are, or is that a national average?
That's where I'm at.
Okay, because I remember a couple of years ago, a round bale of hay here was like $20, $25. This year it's up to $200 a bale.
I heard that fertilizer cost is going through the roof too, across the nation.
That's because most of the fertilizer prices have doubled. I've heard that directly from the farmers I work with, and that's because of the Russia-Ukraine war. A lot of fertilizer comes out of Russia, apparently. And Russian fertilizers are extremely popular in South America. Well, if South America can't get Russian fertilizers, they're going to buy from the other supply that other people are buying from, pushing the price up all over. So it's a bad year for farmers, guys. A real bad year. And with diesel at over $5 a gallon, I mean, there are farmers that are literally, because, with a lot of cattle, we have a lot of hay here too. They're going to have to decide whether it's worth running the diesel on their tractor to make that last cutting of hay. Farmers have a lot of serious decisions to make this year. It is not going to be pretty. All right, Kaminsky. I'm going to call you Kaminsky. It's just easier for me to remember, bud. Or maybe CD. What up, CD12? You gotta love the inflation, that's right, but we don't do politics on Harv's World, so enough said about that little topic. So what have you been up to, Sins? What do you got going on your channel right now? Any particular map you're playing or anything like that?
Well, we're doing Retro Tuesdays at nighttime, and that's Hoffbergman 19 with the guys, and then we also do a member stream, which that one has the Western Wilds map on it, and we have basically we're rebuilding the farm and the animal area, and we also have mining on there, so and lumber, so it's a very diverse stream.
Oh, cool. So Western Wilds, that's Alien Jim's map. He put mining in that?
No, we introduced the Terraform mod and a whole lot of cool equipment from the FS Miner group.
Oh, well,
And,
So you,
and are you
so you managed
multiplayering
to
that?
find a version that works for multiplayer?
yeah, ours is working just fine, the most recent update, and then I just got Deadeye built a really awesome mine, an above ground mine and an underground mine, and he just sent me a link to another update of it, so we're gonna try that out this week.
Oh, cool.
Well, if that update for the Terraform mod is working in multiplayer and it's public, would you mind sharing that?
Oh yeah, no problem. The one he just sent me, or the one we're currently playing on? I'm assuming you want the one that he just gave me.
The Terraform version that you said was working?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I can get that to you guys.
Because the versions that I pulled off of their GitHub not too long ago weren't working in multiplayer. Like, I couldn't even load a single player game into multiplayer without it crashing.
Give me 1 second. I got him on the other Discord here, and I'll find out where he's getting it from. Maybe that might help.
That'd be great.
Yeah, because that's the reason we didn't go into certain maps. We couldn't find a Terraform mod that would run properly in multiplayer.
Exactly.
I know, FF, no worries, but, you know, there are certain trigger words that will prompt conversation from other people. And I just like to throw it out there before anybody, gets crazy.
So the versions we're running is from modhub.us. Is where we're getting our mods from, and they seem to be working just fine.
For the Terraform?
Yep.
Okay, I'll have to try that out.
So you can get it from there, and it should work. If you're having any problems with it, let me know, and I'll send you a copy of what I have. But that's where we got ours from, and I'm assuming that's where that new version he just sent me tonight. I do know some of the earlier versions were very hostile. They didn't work well, but the last 2 updates have been pretty solid.
I'll check there. Because I can already see a version here that's newer than the one on their GitHub.
So, Sins, you said you have a member stream. Are you up to 1,000? You got channel members now?
No, just when I say that, we're just under 100. I think we're at 81.
Oh, okay.
But it's just, when I say members, it's just anybody that plays with us normally, or anybody that just wants to pop on with us.
Oh, I got you.
It's just a group multiplayer that's open to the members that are subscribed to the channel, or friends like you guys.
Absolutely. Eric, to answer your question, I'm doing the best I can, man. I do want to get back to producing videos again. I really, really, really do. And, the last stream was called Baby Steps. I feel like this needs to be baby steps too, because I don't want to get overwhelmed and burned out. And You know, the streams are something that I can put together at a moment's notice if I have to. I will get back to producing videos. In fact, I was thinking about Off the Grid today and what I can do to finalize season 2 and start prepping for season 3. So, you know, bear with me, man. I'm begging you. You know, taking on learning this new job, training for this new job, and it is a very intense training program. It takes a lot. Like I said, I had some extra responsibilities this week. You know, 2 full work days. You know, 20 hours basically between prepping, going through the meeting, and then all the work that the meeting generates. So, you know, I apologize. I know a lot of you guys look forward to the videos. I look forward to the videos. It's just a matter of, I'm not the young man I used to be, and I have a lot on my plate right now. So I will get back to it. I will. Yeah,
I know what
I
it's
need.
like to.
Oh, go ahead.
I know what it's
Patrick.
like to have a new job and to learn new things. You're always on the edge of a headache from all the information you're trying to cram in.
And this is no exaggeration. I was telling somebody recently, my job has no less than 40 handbooks, 40 handbooks ranging from 75 to 900 pages of
Light reading, huh?
information that I will be directly responsible for. I am not even remotely exaggerating. So, and I need to absorb as much of that as I can within a year. And it's hard to say the time-wise because for reasons that are better left unsaid, I fell behind and they were not my reasons. But anyway, I'm not going to go into that. There's a reason that I ended up moving across the state. Regardless, there's a lot going on. So, guys, you know, the channel is important to me. You guys are important to me. The stories that I tell are very important to me. But unfortunately, I need a roof over my head. I've got to put food on my table. And more importantly, I live in the United States where health insurance is an absolute must. So that has to be my priority right now. But don't ever feel like it's an issue of not wanting to do it. It's an issue of what can I accomplish in the amount of time that I have without going absolutely bat. I almost said, yeah, bat poop crazy. And a side of Mambo number 5. I love Mambo number 5. I could use a good side of Mambo number 5. Who sang that song? I can't remember who the artist was, but I love that song. A little bit of Monica. KT, how you doing, man? Thank you so much. It's been good to be back. Actually, I've been really touched by the warm welcome I've received getting back to streaming. I think I was off for about 3 weeks, and of course I wasn't off, I was moving, packing, unpacking. Mr. Corbin, who's with us tonight, flew all the way out to Nevada to help me out. I cannot thank him enough for that. Big help.
When I got there.
What's
I believe
that?
that was Lou Bega.
Oh, that's right, it was Lou Vega, wasn't it? I'm sorry, Ben, what did you say?
Said it was snowing when I got there, in the desert.
Was it snowing?
Yeah, it was flurrying. Remember? I remember the pilot in Colorado mentioned that. Yeah, it's 40 degrees and snow flurrying there when we touched down, and I looked at my phone because I was like, "Am I on the right find the right plane. Sure enough, I get there and it's snowing.
All right, there is my sunflower field, all plowed up and ready to plant next spring. Woo! That's right, Lou Bega. Thank you very much. Mel Z, thank you. I appreciate it. If you can't tell, I kind of take some of this stuff I take my channel personally. And not personally in a negative way. I mean, it's important to me, and I probably explain and apologize too much sometimes, but that's just because I do feel bad when I can't do everything that I want to do. Unfortunately, that's life sometimes. And we don't always get to pick when life decides that's what it needs to be. So it is what it is. And I appreciate you guys' patience and understanding. I really do.
You already tell them about your amazing new internet.
Oh yeah, that's been spoken on, because I did a test stream last Friday, impromptu. Then we did Sunday and Wednesday, and we'll be back again on Sunday. We're back on our regular Sunday, Wednesday schedule, except for this coming week when it'll be Tuesday. And so in the interim, I have built up my farm a little bit since last Friday. If you guys were here, I cleared out all the old stuff. I built myself a new house, got some new decor, planted a couple trees, and I've got some new sheds for the old farm equipment as I drive through my canola field.
Hey, Harv, I found that anhydrous pack. If you give me moderator, I popped the link in there right quick in case anybody wants to look it up and download it.
I don't have access to do that just at the moment.
Okay. I'll just type it in chat.
Or if you link it in the Discord, that would be cool too, into the FS22 mods channel.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
That would be awesome. I know, Jordan. Less than 100 to go. I think our next subscriber celebration is going to be at 20. Or no, 10K. I'm sorry, 20K. Yeah, that's going to be a while. 20 or 10K will probably be our next big subscriber celebration. So, fingers crossed. All right, everything's done for October. I'm going to fast forward time, but unfortunately, because my chickens are so make so many eggs, I need to monitor the egg situation before I can sleep. One more. That'll do. And now it's a matter of determining when the best. Oh, I should have set that for 5 a.m. So look at that. I slept from 2100 to 8 a.m. and I've got 5 pallets of eggs sitting here.
How many chickens do you have?
2,000.
Well, no wonder you got so many eggs.
Well, this is my storage shed. Right now it's got 165,000 liters of eggs in it. Since I sold them last year. Future drumsticks, maybe. I'm just wrecking these pallets too. Oh well.
All right, Harv, I posted it in there, and they can also find the precision farming that is ready for anhydrous there as well.
Oh, very cool. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, 2,000 animals, 100% health. This was a mod pack from Ricci, the guy who makes Ricci, Ricci's Hollow. He hasn't done much map-wise for FS22, but he did do an animal pen mod pack. It's I mean, it's fine if you don't mind the base game just having boosted animal capacity. I don't think I would ever use it again just because it's a little bit much. And these guys go through about 150,000 liters of seed every year. Okay, I need to check my prices. Eggs. So 25.17 at the farm shop right now, and then I have this lovely sale price trigger that I can set a price on, and it will alert me when it hits that price. Top price for eggs is 2,500, or the price I have set, so that means my eggs are ready to sell. What was that? 25.17 and climbing. So this is going to be egg sale day. I need the flatbed. Look at all those chickens. That's right. That's right. 165,000 eggs will make a lot of omelet. And this is one of Caveman's CVT transmission trucks, which is one of the greatest things he's ever created. And that's saying something, considering all the great mods that Caveman's come up with. They drive so much better than the manual transmission trucks that Giants provided us with.
Which version of it is that?
It's got to be the most recent one that you put on the server.
No, I was talking about which motor versions that one got.
Oh, this one has 1,000 horsepower. It's the built.
Okay.
He's got one that's like 2,500 horsepower. It's crazy. We could pull a house off its foundation with it.
No, you couldn't.
Sure we could.
I'm pretty sure you couldn't.
I watched
Depends on
Mel
the size of the
Gibson
house.
pull a house off its foundation in a pickup truck in one of the Lethal Weapon movies.
So it must be real.
It doesn't have the gearing ratio. The 2,000 or 2,500 horsepower one doesn't have the gear ratio.
Oh crap!
To do it.
I've got too many honey pallets on the map right now. I'm not going to be able to load all my eggs.
The big high horsepower one is built for speed. Like 200 miles an hour backwards.
Well, that's a good thing. Oh, that was a good load. The one thing about these little pallet storage sheds, warehouses, whatever you want to call them, is that they actually spawn almost too fast. So you can't quite get a good spawn, and as I say that now, I'm getting a good rapid spawn out of it, so that's a lot of bloody eggs. Oh, that's the pallet wall for the game. That's 156,000 liters of eggs right there. I'm gonna make a couple dollars.
You definitely should make a few.
There you go. It's a mini challenge. Caveman, you've been challenged. Can you or can you not pull a house off its foundation with this truck? Oh, the 2,500 horsepower truck. Actually, I don't think it's the engine and transmission as much as I don't think the frame would handle it. Because I was just thinking about, you know, getting a 30-yard running start with 2,500 horsepower.
If you're thinking about doing it that way, all you're going to do is whatever you've got it attached to, you're going to rip off.
I know, that's why I said I don't think the frame would handle it. Alright, where are we at? The price is still climbing, so I'm not going to go sale straight away. I'm going to try to get this price to max out before I sell. And I think November is the best month. Yes, it is. The prices crash after November, so I'm going to start advancing time a little bit faster and watching my price. 12. Oh, it's going down and it still says it's going up. Okay, time to sell. And with this many pallets, you have to unstrap before you hit your sale point, or it will just lag your game to high heaven.
Am I the only one that doesn't have that issue?
Yeah, you've got the Mega Machine. You could run 3 copies of Farm Sim simultaneously, and your computer wouldn't have a problem.
I don't know about that. Is it? I might see if I can find a way to launch 3 copies at once now.
You will. I know you well enough. You'll do it. So that was $400,000 worth of eggs. And I've got more in storage.
It's okay, man.
Yes.
When you download that terraforming, the only thing you're going to be able to mine is going to be dirt and stone, unless the map has the other fill types, or you place a production down that has the other fill types.
Okay.
Where do you get productions that have the other fill types?
I believe we got ours from the same location.
Okay.
If you have a hard time finding any,
Probably.
let me know and I'll slide you some mods if need be.
I'll say it's probably from Farm Sim Guy, right?
Possibly.
No, Farm Sim Guy. FS Miner. That's what I'm thinking of.
I don't know. I'd have to look into it. Like I said, the Deadeye's the one that does all the hunting for all that stuff and making sure it works before we throw it on the server. So I'd have to ask him.
Okay.
That's right, Bear Down. I mean, as much as we talk about horsepower, it really is more about how the transmission is set up and the torque. You can have all the horsepower in the world, but if you don't have the torque set properly, you're not going to do much anyway. Would you say that's fairly accurate, KV?
Yeah, you can have all the horsepower in the world and no torque, and it's not going anywhere. Just like the exact opposite's also true. You could have all the torque in the world and no horsepower, and you're still not going anywhere.
Oh my God.
Becky?
Becky? That's right. So auto load has been updated, and it actually activates now, so you don't have to do multiple taps on the R key anymore.
Yeah, I saw that, and it messed with me the first time I saw that.
Yeah, it's messing with me right now. Okay, well that's the last of the eggs then.
I just gotta refigure out how to unload stuff now.
What I can't remember is how to shift unload from one side to the next.
I can't remember how to do either or, but
Oh, how to unload?
yeah, how to unload or shift from side to side.
To unload, it's I.
Oh. Well, they done changed it.
No, I think it was always I on this one.
Oh, for me, it was originally R and Y.
No, that's the bale pallet trailers.
It was the same on that.
Was it?
For me,
No, I don't think it ever was for me. Bear Down sale price trigger should be available on Mod Hub. Now it is going to be a PC only mod, but it is very handy, especially in this seasonal economy. We have not tested the 19 version did not do well for multiplayer on multiplayer servers. So we haven't tested it for multiplayer in 22. Frankly, we were a little bit skittish about bothering with it since it didn't work in 19, but that's really not fair. We should probably give it a try. Eddie, Caveman plays with a controller. I play with the heavy equipment bundle, the wheel, pedals, and side panel. I played, most of my videos up until August of last year were all done on keyboard and mouse. But since Jonathan, who hasn't been showing up for a while, in fact, he actually left the Discord, so I hope he's doing all right. But when I moved to Nevada last summer, Jonathan sent me a side panel, or the heavy equipment bundle, I should say, as a housewarming gift or a moving present kind of thing. And I honestly, at this point, would never go back. Like, oh, and this is the little bit of honey I've collected. And I don't care what the price is on this. I want to get these pallets off the map, so I'm just going to go ahead and sell them too.
You have enough.
It's only 22,000 liters. That's the problem with honey. These are 400 liter pallets. They're not the standard 1,200 liter pallets, so, or
Yeah.
1,000 liter pallets.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So they generate a bunch of pallets that just take up space.
Might have to replace that spawn point with the honey warehouse.
Well, I tried the honey warehouse, and I don't know what happened. I had it set to selling, and it was selling and making me $0.
You can't set the warehouse to selling.
You have to set it to storing.
Oh,
You set it to selling, it breaks.
well, that's what I did wrong then. So I probably do need a honey warehouse again. Oh, and I've got 15,000 liters of honey in my silo that I can't get back, so. See, for all that, that was less than $40,000 worth of honey. Oh, and that's why you unstrap before you sell. Because then your straps sit there and go click, 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 click.
It lagged you hard.
Yep. Now, the only factory I've got going right now is an oils factory, which I have kept well full of canola and sunflower. Although if I move toward what I want to move toward, I'm going to need more land and more fields. Probably smaller, but definitely more land and more fields. Because I want to do a test run on something I haven't done in 22 yet. And, well, I've got the money now. I could start moving in that direction just a little bit. And look at all those straw bales. That's 130 straw bales from one field. Just one. And that pretty well takes care of November. Not much left to do here. We'll just pull it back behind the garage. Anybody have suggestions? A profile picture for your channel. That's a very personal thing, bud. And I don't
Whatever
say
you
that
want it to be.
sarcastically. You have to think of a vision for your channel and then try to build something that goes along with that vision, man. Look at the header of the Harv's World channel and tell me what tractor I like the best.
It's not a Fendt.
Nope, certainly would never be a Fendt. Exactly, Mel. Exactly.
Speaking of Fendt, it'd be nice if we got some more Fendt clothing in our shop.
So a while back, not long after FS22 came out, one stream I told everybody, and it was one of our Sundays, so it was some of the biggest, our biggest audiences are usually on Sundays anyway. I said, you know, it's really bloody annoying that there are two John Deere hats and no Fendt hat. And I said everybody needs to file a bug report for that. And I think like 90 bug reports got filed about no Fent hat. That was just awesome. We do need more Fent clothing. Midge, yes, a Vultra. That would be my all-time favorite knot. Although, in 19, I did like the Vultras. They do not have as much of a presence in 22 as they did in 19. Man, it's just rainy, and there's not really anything I can do right now, so it's time to advance again. And I am looking, and I need to make sure that I'm getting up at 5 a.m. See, there's canola for 3,500. Is today canola day? I didn't think so. Let's check before I get crazy here. Canola oil, 3,500. December's slightly better. I'm gonna hold out till next month. I'll probably end up paying for it, but we'll see. Newall, Bud, how you been, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Not on your level, Newall, but I've actually, for a little bit of relaxation and change of pace, I've actually picked up Forza Horizon 5. So, doing a little bit of crazy arcade-style racing, I guess you would say. It's been a lot of fun so far, though, I have to admit. But good to see you, man. It's been a while. Sleep until 5 a.m. so I don't miss the good prices. The Fent Fez. That's awesome. Try the auto shipping of animal product mod. Okay, that's definitely interesting. Auto shipping of animal products. And Omatana is one of my favorite modders these days. I gotta be honest with you. In fact, I'm gonna install, or not install, but buy an Omatana product today. Alright, Sins. Take care, bud. At least voice-wise. Okay, we're losing our price, but it's still over 3,500. So I guess it's time to get on the canola oil sale. Eddie, unfortunately, I do not use the wheel for Forza. I tried, and it's kind of my opinion that tuning in a wheel for a racing game, especially a high-speed racing game, was more trouble than it was worth, and I actually switched for the first time in my life to a controller. Although it's an Xbox game, so I feel like it was built for a controller anyway, but the controller is much, much nicer for Forza than the wheel was. I'm sure there are those guys out there who could tune their wheels in without even batting an eye. It just became too much of a headache. I think this is my canola. Yes, it is. 76,000 liters of canola. We're going to start pallet spawn. Turn on the auto load function. Alright, Patrick, take care, man. Have a great night, man.
Take care, Patrick. Have a good night.
How many months? That's right, Newall. You know, real racing and Forza, I don't know how much they actually have in common. Probably not that much, but Forza's fun. It's unique. It's interesting. I enjoy it. It's something to do in a little spare time, and you can jump in for half an hour and jump right back out. That's one of the nice things about it. Well, thanks, New All. You have a great night, man. A good rest of your day at work. I think that's almost all of the canola. It is all of the canola. Wait. Yep. Okay. We're out of here. Now I need to turn pallet spawn back off. There we go. What's 74,000 times 3.5?
A lot.
So that would be 150, 2 1/4, and half again. About $260,000. This farm's not doing too bad after 4 or 5 years.
No, it's not. I'm doing bad at all.
Straps off. So what do you got in the works these days, Caveman?
Not much of nothing right this minute. Right now, my biggest priority is trying to get all this data recovered.
270,000 for canola oil. Button 28. Is 28 the wheel? The little spinny wheel? Because it's not number. Oh wait, yes it is. That's 20. It's 26 and 27.
I think 28's when you click it.
Oh, and then 28 would be the click on the wheel. That sounds right. I haven't had a problem with it.
Mine was a little iffy, but I unplugged it, plugged it back in, and it started working fine. I just don't use it.
Okay. Where do we stand at the moment? I sold all the honey. I sold the eggs. Sold the canola. I need to look at my straw prices. I got a lot of straw to haul. There it is. Oh, it's at 85. Time to start hauling straw. I don't want this. I want the big Fent. Anything over 80 on straw on normal economy is a darn good price. And while it might not seem like much and it's a little bit of work to get it collected, if I don't have at least 100,000 liters of straw here, I'll eat my hat. Yeah, same with me, Bear Down, same with me. I'm doing good to try to keep up with all these whippersnappers just using a controller and my old reflexes. But I have a good time. I've always enjoyed racing games. I just haven't really pursued them all as much as maybe I would have liked to sometimes. And well, I hope the big Fent will get close enough to load these things. Oh, it's B on this one. That's right. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, load number 1.
If it doesn't get close enough, you should buy an ATV to pull it with.
An ATV.
Yes.
I was trying to get it to go more than 3 miles an hour.
Well, the ATV I pulled it with on the member server actually moved it pretty good. As long as you didn't have to turn.
Eddie, I gotta be honest with you. I have remapped all of my buttons for the most part, so I don't remember what the default settings were. For me, 28 is the button on the wheel, the adjuster for cruise control to increase and decrease cruise control, and then I can tap that button. I don't think I hit this right, but we'll see. Yeah, I might have. Almost $25,000 worth of bales there. And I've got 3 more plus a few to haul. So $100,000 worth of straw. Do not get rid of your straw. Go more than 3 miles an hour when you walk? Yeah, I don't blame you. Oh, Rob, a VR setup for racing. I think I'd walk away from that with a headache. I can't even watch a 3D movie without my eyes aching by the end of it. Like my eyes are trying to counter what I'm seeing. Although, has anybody seen the new Maverick movie yet? I really, really kind of want to see that because I was a big fan of Top Gun, or Top Gun Maverick, I guess I should say. I was a big fan of Top Gun back in the day. You know, when everybody felt the need for speed. And before Tom Cruise lost his mind.
I agree with you there, Mel. Before you buy a VR headset, test it out.
VR is actually pretty wild.
Like the Oculus made me sick. Like I'm trying to mess with that one. And then my brother ended up getting the HTC Vive, and I tried that one, and it was better. I still didn't agree with me that much, but it was a lot better. I think mainly because it was actually big enough I could wear my glasses with the HTC Vive, and I couldn't with the Oculus.
Buddy had PlayStation VR, and I played that. What's it called? Like Super Hot, and the Beat Saber. I thought it was gonna bother me more because I have glasses, but it wasn't too bad for me. I know I'd lose a lot of weight if I could get PlayStation VR and Beat Saber, though. That game was so much fun.
There is this RPG type game that my brother has for his HTC Vive. It's pretty cool. You actually have to walk around in the room to move your character.
That's the only thing I can't figure out, because you got a cable running from the headset. So I just end up tripping over myself.
Well, the trick is to route the cable up the wall and across the ceiling and have it dangling in the middle of the area that you have your VR set up at.
Oh, that drove me nuts.
Hey, we didn't trip over it.
Well, as long as you weren't tripping over it. That's what's really important.
Just until it wraps around your neck and you asphyxiate yourself.
If you manage to do all that with a cord from a VR headset, I'm not entirely sure the issue is with the headset. Don't quote me on that.
Well, it's pretty easy to get lost in the headset, honestly. I mean, it's like I said, it's pretty wild.
There we go. I wonder what was going on there. Straw bale load number 3. Unfortunately, the bale trailer will not hook up to the truck, so this is the fastest vehicle I've got to haul it around. It makes sense that you would attach it to the ceiling. I mean, if you've got it dangling down, like, and you're swinging your arms and stuff, aren't you going to get like wrapped up in the cable and stuff anyway? I would think so.
I never had that happen, so I don't know.
Peter
Beat
Tut.
Saber, just running it down my back was fine. Because that one, you're not having to walk around the room. Just got to kind of shift left or right a little bit.
Oh yeah, with Beat Saber, yeah.
Peter Tutton, how you doing, man? Good to see you again. Good to have you back with us, at least for this evening, or probably more like this morning or afternoon for you. One of our Australian followers, as I recall. No, I didn't get them all in one fell swoop.
That's probably why most games don't have you moving around. They make you use the stick to move around, like the point where you want to go and have you move there.
Yeah, it's probably why most of them do that.
Unless I miss my guess, it's just after 1 p.m. on Saturday, 1 in the afternoon on Saturday in Australia. Am I completely wrong about that, guys? I think I'm pretty close, though. Oh, there you go, Mel. Yeah, put it on a pulley. A soft spring-loaded pulley so that it will draw itself back, or you can stretch it out as needed. That's a good idea.
Yeah, so we didn't do all that. We literally took, you know, the staples like you put up barbed wire fence with?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, we ran it through some of those into the ceiling, so it would just stay.
Just give me a minimum input lag on a cordless VR headset, and we're good to go.
If you ever hung your VR wire from the ceiling with barbed wire staples, you might be a redneck. Oh, come on, that was kind of funny.
It was. We had them, so we didn't have to go get anything.
Pretty soon it'll be, if you ever experience the real world instead of your VR, you might be a redneck.
No, my favorite was always when he would do redneck words that don't mean what you think they mean. It's like, here's a redneck word. Here's a redneck word for you that everybody thinks it means one thing, but for us it means something else. Innuendo. In the real world, innuendo is sort of a sexual hint or a joke. But in the redneck world, people say, "Hey man, a bird just threw innuendo." There was another really good one too. Anyway, innuendo. Liquid Len. 5:41 a. That's got to be a.m. in Ireland. And good to have you from Ireland, man. That's a place I would love to visit someday. Outstanding. Have we had anybody on stream from Ireland before? Probably. I always like to keep track of the countries that drop in to visit with us. I think that's cool.
Well,
I was off by an hour, Peter. That's not bad.
That's not bad. Before long, it'll probably be easier to keep track of the ones you haven't had than the ones you have.
That's probably about right. I think I lost a bale back there. Have I ever unloaded my trailer by backing up really fast and hitting the brakes? Definitely. I think we've all done that at one point or another.
Have you ever done that in real life?
A trailer, no. I've done it in a pickup truck. I have done it in a pickup truck. So I used to go grocery shopping and I had an hour drive to get home. And the groceries would be by the tailgate on the bed of the pickup truck. But sometimes there was that one fool in front of you who slammed on his brakes, and then you hit your brakes and all your groceries slide all the way up to the front. And the bed of my pickup had a tonneau cover on it, so it wasn't easy to get to the groceries if they slid all the way forward. So sometimes I would back up the driveway and hit the brakes to try to get the groceries to shift back toward the tailgate again. As long as there weren't eggs. But then we always carried eggs up in the cab with us, so 11:43 and yeah, I know the America or the U.S. time zones like the back of my hand. Long haul trucking will teach you how to keep track of time zones, which I used to do back in the day, way back in the day. Last few bales going down. So far this has been an $800,000 year and I have not sold my sunflower oil yet.
Oh wow, you're doing good.
This is going to end up being about $1.2 million year.
It's doing pretty good in my book.
644 for Rob, and we're all over the place. Outstanding, guys. Absolutely outstanding. As soon as I sell these bales, I'm going to ask either Ben or Caveman to have a conversation for a few minutes while Mother Nature and I have a chat, which we always seem to need to do on Friday nights when Adolphus Course comes to visit.
You're probably going to have to get Mr. Corbin there to do a chat.
Yeah, Caveman sounds like he's half asleep already.
Do what?
Yeah, I am. It's been a long day.
I know it has for you, man. I said I'm going to unload these bales and then go have a talk with Mother Nature, so I was going to ask you to fill in the blanks for me while I run to the proverbial
Well,
other
you see,
room.
chat, what he means when he says that.
All right, guys. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
So I just ended up re-downloading the game image.
What game image?
For Farming Sim.
Oh, you're having to re-download it.
Why? Keeps getting stuck queued up. Yep.
Did you try shift clicking the launcher to see if it would repair itself?
No, I think I need to get a new router. I think because when my PC is plugged in through the it's plugged directly into the router. It's not using the Wi-Fi, but it fails to connect half the time to like web pages right away, and it has to reload them. So anything that's like a launcher or a downloader, or half the time I have to relaunch it 8,000 times in order to get it to actually start working.
That's not fun.
Yeah, especially when I don't have the money to buy a new router yet, but I just went and plugged it directly in. Did the modem.
Okay.
Yeah, I needed to, because I got a new PC, so I needed to try and see if I could get this up and running now that Harv is, you know, in his new place, if he ever wants to teach me how to play the game.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to see him teach you how to play.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be hilarious. Especially when he goes to teach me how to back up stuff. Sit there for an hour and a half trying to back up one trailer and do a thing. Yeah.
Oh, wait till you have to learn how to back up doubles and triples.
I can only imagine what that would be like. Is Eddie speaking German? We sind der Ende der Krieg. What? I cannot speak German at all.
I've been okay, Peter. Just ended up losing 5 terabytes of data yesterday, and the guys around here that do the data recovery said it was a 50-50 shot, and due to the price, I figured for the price,
All right,
I'm gonna
back.
try to rebuild the drive myself because it's still a 50-50 shot, just at a lot cheaper price.
Sheesh, 5 terabytes of data?
Oh yeah.
Was it like images or was it like data files?
Family photos, videos, photo compilations from memorial services and stuff for family members. Yeah.
The worst kind of stuff to lose. And like, was it just a drive failing or?
The drive fell, and now it's clicking and ticking and not showing up anywhere on the computer.
Oh God.
So I bought a brand new donor drive and am going to take the old one apart and try to put the good parts in out of the old one, because I'm pretty sure it's a main board on the drive issue and I cannot think of the name of the thing that actually reads the data off the disks inside the drive, but I'm pretty sure one of those is messed up, which is causing the clicking noise.
Is it an SSD?
No, it's not.
Or it's just an HDD?
Yes. Yes. If it was an SSD, it falling off my desk onto shag carpet probably wouldn't have killed it.
Well, shag carpet. Get some static
Yes.
electricity going on in there.
Well, I mean, yeah, maybe, but it probably wouldn't have been as bad.
You know what's weird? Just thinking of shag carpet. I love, and I don't know if it's from like my grandma's place or Harv's mom or what, but like I love those like old chairs that you would see like in pictures and stuff with like the green carpet and just horrid colors and everything like in the old like houses. I love all that. I wish I could have a house like that and not have people look at me strange.
Except you don't remember my parents' house when it might have been close to something like that. You weren't even a conception yet.
Well, I think she had that couch, didn't she?
No, they had all new furniture by the time they moved into the house. You remember?
She had something. Someone had something like that. It may not have been her, but someone did.
She has a
My
chair that was reupholstered that I have now with a flower pattern on it, but that's about it.
That one.
my great grandmother's house has that awful green micro shag carpet in it. That like kind of like it's kind of like a weird off olive green color.
Yep.
And
Robert Phelps was thinking or listening very closely and apparently heard me flush, by the way.
But did you hear him wash his hands?
Got that weird couch with that weird floral pattern on it. The
Mm.
gray with the it's like a green, a burgundy, and a purple floral pattern. Furniture's still sitting in her house too. Still got that awful carpet.
So I was no longer using my fermenting silo, so I'm getting rid of it. And I installed, and that's an Omatana, by the way, fermenting silo, but I installed, if I could find it in this list, the Omatana pig food production. And I did this because I want to test it for something in the future, and I want to see what it needs for inputs, because there's 3 different types of pig food it will make, so I'm intrigued by this. So that was only 20 grand. Now I can go to my bloody factories. So there's corn pig food, which is corn, looks like wheat, canola, and sugar beets. Then there's sorghum, which just replaces the sorghum. Well, it's a sorghum, a grain, an oil, and a root crop. It looks like what she's going with here. And then there's one that's primarily potatoes, but also uses soybeans. Interesting. That means root crops in my not too distant future.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, we'll see. And yes, I do have Dutch roots. My grandparents on my father's side were from the Netherlands. That is correct. Man, you guys have good memories. The difference is, you guys have to keep track of one of me. I've got to keep track of dozens of you guys. That's the truth of it. What were you going to say, Caveman?
I was gonna tell you I'm gonna have to hop off here.
Alright. It's after midnight for you, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll talk to y'all later.
Alright, Caveman,
Okay,
you
man.
have a good night, bud.
Y'all too.
That's the
See you,
problem.
caveman.
Oh, Too Cool jumped in. Sorry, Too Cool. I didn't see you there, or hear you there, man.
I didn't either.
I've been listening.
Hi, too cool. Bye, too cool.
It's all right, bud.
February. I'm looking at February for sunflower oil. How you doing, Too Cool?
I'm just trying to finish this night up.
I was gonna say, you eastbound and down?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Actually, I'm northwest bound right now, but yeah. One more night at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Peter Tut, and welcome back, man. Welcome to membership. You're part of the Grateful Red. Outstanding, man. Well, just make sure you pay as much attention to the road as you do what we're talking about.
Oh, I do. I'm not watching. I'm just listening.
I know. I'm just being a smart aleck.
No, it's all good.
It's much easier to drive, especially a repetitive type driving like you do every day, when you have somebody to talk to through it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been there. I know what that's all about.
Yeah.
Jordan, my dad told me a funny story about how my grandma had a cat with long hair that he would mess with by rubbing it all over my grandma's shag carpet and watch it shock itself as it would walk. Dude, that's horrible and hilarious. Yes. Poor cat. Jordan's dad was mean.
Did you watch that video I sent you?
I haven't had a chance yet. Oh god, we got snow
It's
on
only
the
a
ground.
short, like, I don't know, 30 or 40-second video, but it's some guy who like takes recordings of his cat around green screens and then like superimposes it into movies.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think the one I sent you was Pulp Fiction.
Oh, it was called. Wasn't it called Paw Fiction or something like that?
Yeah.
Perfection.
I got Farming Simulator 2022 to launch. I think it's just my router. I've got to get a new router.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we need to move toward that tutorial video also. Peter, yeah, I'm pretty well settled in at this point. I gotta make sure these chickens have feed though. Pretty well settled in. Everything's either unpacked or put away. Most everything didn't get unpacked because about 6 months from now I'm gonna have to move one more time. But, yep, I'd say I'm fairly well settled in, for better or worse. Hopefully for better. Well, there isn't jack to do in January, so we're just going to advance time. We're going to get to March and then see where we stand. So it's just a matter of feeding chickens and shifting eggs for a couple months. Oh, and then we'll need to sell sunflower oil. Oh, that's what spring will be. Spring will be trying to find a place for new fields to put in crops to make pig feed. I get random videos on Instagram, cat videos. I don't know how they decided I was a funny cat video lover, but they did somehow. An algorithm picked up on funny cats and Harv.
Well, just listen to us talking about cats.
I swear they eavesdrop.
Oh, of course they absolutely do.
I've been having conversations with nobody's searching anything. The phones are down. They're all turned off, or not off, but not active. Nobody's searching. We're having a conversation about something. The next thing I know, I've got ads about that very topic. I'm like, that's just creepy. Owl kitty. Okay, I have not seen Owl Kitty. I've seen the people of Walmart. But that's a website. People send in pictures of interesting folks that they've seen at their local Walmarts. So I sold eggs in November. I've already got 35,000 liters of eggs stored up for next year's sale. That's better. Tip the last of this chicken feed in. And let's push toward March and see about buying some land. Well, there's the sunflower oil peaking in price. Stop. Oh, February was the month for sunflower oil, so we are currently at 38.16 and falling. I gotta get to the truck.
Your card for Eddie, by the way, was an even bigger hit than I think he let on.
Oh, was it? He got a kick.
Yeah,
I know he got a kick out of it.
Yeah, we were at Ryan's birthday party, and he was, oh, I should have brought that card Jeff got me. It was so funny. And he was talking about what it was, like what it did and stuff.
He's always loved that kind of goofy stuff. Always. Well, good. I'm glad. Your mom texted me today and told me that she and Ryan got their cards from me today, so it all worked out. Good. Yeah. My brother and my sister both have their birthdays within 3 weeks of each other in the spring, so that's what we're talking about, guys. Is there a Mickey D's around on No Man's Land that you can sell your eggs? Or a Tim Hortons? Not yet. I have no idea how much sunflower oil I have, so I should... Oh, I got another 46,000 liters waiting to load.
If you get any background noise, just let me know. I'll put it on mute.
I'm sure you'll be fine too, cool.
What was that gas station we went to?
Maverick?
Was it Maverick? I was thinking that, but
Pretty sure. The ones with the burritos?
yeah.
That's Maverick.
I told Tyler about him. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's one of the things I miss when we went our travel around the U.S."
Oh, he was out here and went to Maverick?
Yeah, many moons ago, he and his grandparents took an RV around the U.S. Took a trip. They was in all the states.
Come on. $8,000. If that's not 100,000, perfect. Sunflower oil, 100,000 at 3,800. That's $380,000 worth of sunflower oil. Woo and who! It was a banner year for Harv's Farm on No Man's Land. Hey, good night, Sins. Have a good weekend, bud. Take care, Mel. You have a good night.
What map are you on, Mark?
I'm doing a little No Man's Land playthrough.
Oh,
I never played it on FS19. I never had time. And then it was the only map I had downloaded while I was out of internet access for a couple weeks. So
yeah.
I'm going to have something to do.
Oh, I didn't know if you were gonna do the $1 million challenge map on Friday night.
Oh, no. That's going to be our prime. This is impromptu, just me playing for fun without any pressure or expectation, just chilling and hanging out with you guys.
I like it.
Lifehawk, how's it going, man? In the history of I'm just going to close my eyes for 15 minutes, has anyone not passed out for 3 hours? That's almost a good question.
I did go see that new Top Gun movie. It's good.
Oh, is it?
A little cringy in some places because when he says, "Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me."
Oh, a throwback to the old movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Talk
Yeah.
to me, Goose. The guy that played Goose's son, though, which almost looks spitting image of the old Goose.
Really?
Yeah. Lots of similarity.
Yeah, CD. Kaminsky, I can see your messages. Alright, time to track down a couple more plots of land. So I'm going to need a few fields. Oh, that looks like some nice wide open acreage there. Alright, maybe 37 and 38 look pretty good right through here. Yeah, this isn't bad. This isn't bad at all. Okay, that's what we're doing. Just double checking to see. Oh, 57 and 58 though. Toward the edge. I've been told to avoid the edge of the map. Yeah, I think 37 and 38 is going to be just fine. If I got to do some landscaping, got to do some landscaping. Buy and buy. The reason I have this edge of the map down here is because I'm only got field up to the first third of those, so. Okay. So if I want to make pig feed, corn, barley, canola. Well, I'm already producing canola. I need to do sugar beets or potatoes. Sorghum, wheat, canola. I think potatoes. I really just need a potato field and probably one more field to put sorghum in. So 2 fields out of this will be perfect. I know what I'm up to in February now. Making a new field. One way or to other.
Yeah.
So is your wife still doing all that traveling? Too cool?
Oh yeah, yeah. She's been traveling pretty much the whole past 2 months. She's been gone every week.
Oh man.
She was home. Yeah, she was home last week, and then of course we're going on vacation next week. But yeah, she's still traveling a lot.
Where are you going for vacation?
We're going to Miami and taking a little cruise actually off of Virgin Cruise Line.
Oh, okay.
It's Richard Branson's new boats.
Yeah, Virgin Atlantic.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a kind of a new cruise line. Thought we'd give it a try.
Cool.
Not that we're big cruisers or anything.
Well, you don't have to be, right? I mean,
Yeah. They said that they're changing the cruise line industry. So it's an adults only for one thing. They like about it, 18 and older. So
you gotta like that.
yeah. We're gonna go to Key West and then one of the Bahama Islands. I think it's called Bimini.
The Bahamas?
Yeah.
Oh, you get to visit the land of Pirates Bay.
Yeah.
Pineapple
Yeah.
Bay.
No. Yeah,
You gotta bring back some rum, man.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Oh, there they are. They found me again. They found me. Hey, Kev, are you still around, man?
I think he bounced
Mm-hmm.
a while ago. Yeah.
Ah, shoot. Well, that means I gotta try to do something here.
Why? It's the best adult dating site. Clearly just for adults dating.
Well, then take down their number before I get rid of them.
Yeah.
You go right ahead, man. Come on.
Not watching, but I knew what was happening.
Hot singles in my area. Who's burning money? What? just need to make you an auto mod that removes that kind of
Vaping
stuff.
sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining.
Okay. Well, that takes care of that. New field time. See, this is when Caveman should be here. He loves new fields.
301 games. I don't know what to play.
I could give you a tip.
I could not get into Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm sorry.
That's because you suck. I mean, that's
No.
the only explanation. If you don't love Red Dead Redemption 2, you just suck. It's a fact. Look it up. The internet told me so.
I didn't have any qualms with the game. It just was too open-ended. All I wanted to do was go hunt.
Well, you can do whatever you want. It's an open world. I mean, you can go hunting for an entire month if you want to.
Have you tried Call of the Wild?
Oh yeah, if you like hunting and a challenge, Call of the Wild. That's the hunting challenge you're looking for.
Yeah.
It's about as close to realistic hunting as you could find.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the best one so far.
You know, I've always wanted to go actual hunting. But like when I was in Texas, their idea of hunting is sitting up in a tree and pointing their gun at a deer feeder.
A deer feeder?
Yeah.
That's legal?
Yep.
Yep.
No, I'll be
Somehow
darned.
it's not considered trapping. I don't get it, but
Well,
Yep.
I mean, I've definitely seen lures and scents and things like that. Yeah, well, I guess technically a farmer's field could be considered a deer feeder, so...
yeah, no, they have a deer feeder set up and they'll just let it run, and then they'll go out there and sit up in a thing, and the deer get used to going to eat, and they'll just wait and shoot it because that's apparently hunting to them.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I mean, sitting in a deer stand is pretty standard practice for hunters.
Yeah.
But baiting them with a feeder, I thought that was kind of considered a hunting faux pas, if not against the law.
Well, I'm pretty sure baiting is in fact against the law, but that's not considered that. It's weird. I don't get it.
Right.
That's weird.
Yep.
We even plant oats out in a field and wait for them to come get them. Just kind of throw them out there, kind of throw them with your hand.
Oh, let them grow?
Yeah, let them grow, and they'll get used to coming back to that. Or, like the feeders, they hear the feeder go off, and then they know it's time to go eat. All right, let's go eat.
Yeah, that's one of the big issues. I mean, aside from the fact that there are people who use that as a food source, and I would hope if you're hunting, that's what you're doing. But crop destruction is a big deal when it comes to deer and the like. So I get that to some degree.
Yeah, hogs are the problem here.
Oh yeah. At least in Texas, you see a hog, you can shoot it no matter where you're at.
Oh, like wild boars?
Yeah,
Okay.
no matter
You
what
in the-
time of the year.
Are you in the middle of a suburb? Housing place? I don't know why I can't think of the word, but
I'm on the outskirts of town in a small neighborhood.
Subdivision.
Oh, I just meant like even if you're in a subdivision, even if you're like in a housing subdivision, like wild boars are such a problem. You can pop them off anywhere. I mean, to be fair, if they're in a housing subdivision, that's just dangerous in and of itself because they're very aggressive.
That's the way cougars and coyotes are around here.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody gonna stop you from killing a cougar or a coyote. When I
I
lived
got
in...
a friend who is. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say I got a friend who's a helicopter pilot and works on a big ranch just south of where I live, and he goes and they shoot. Of course, he uses his helicopter to herd cattle and all this, but they also use it to shoot hogs, and he might go out and shoot 75, 80 hogs a day, and just let them lay because there's such an overgrowth of hogs, overpopulated, that they're tearing up, the land and the crops.
Now you
They
could
just,
you could fill your freezer pretty quick that way.
oh yeah,
I don't know if I'd want to eat that though.
oh they're good, they really are.
It's just pork.
Well, I mean, depending on how you kill them. I mean, if you can off them without them, I think you and I talked about this, like where killing animals if they're like scared or aggressive, right? It like taints the meat or something.
That's true for domestic animals as well.
Yeah. I
Like-
understand for like a wild boar like that, it's probably going to be right aggressive or whatnot. Plus, it's going to be very. They're going to be a lot more muscular.
Well, that's what you want. You want the meat. Well, you want fat for flavor and tenderness, but... And yeah, I'm going to get rid of these trees at some point.
But like you said, it's not my favorite meat, but it'll cook.
Is wild boar quite a bit different from the pork you would buy in the grocery store?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it is. It does have a little bit wilder taste to
A
Gamey.
little bit
it. You know,
gamey.
yeah, a little, yeah.
One thing I know I don't like, coyote. One of my friends' churches, they have like a men's night where they bring in meat that you wouldn't normally eat. Someone brought in coyote. I did not like that.
They eat coyotes?
Ugh.
Oh my goodness.
So the feeder has to be off for a certain amount of time, but the deer get used to the times that it works. Yeah, that makes sense. Farmer Groot, good to see you again, man. It's been a while. Are you Groot? Or are you Groot? But I just realized you might be Groot. Best Guardians of the Galaxy character right there, Groot. In my incredibly humble opinion. Well, when I lived in Boise, we actually had a problem with cougars wandering into town sometimes. And of course, Fish and Game come out, and they just shoot them. No trap and release. Because with big cats like that, once they've decided that they can safely walk into a habited place, they're just going to keep coming back.
Yep.
You didn't block him. Our friend is back again.
Well, it's not an issue of blocking them. You can't block them all. There's like a small variation that they...
Like spam calls, you block one number, and the next day you get the same call from a different number.
Oh, exactly. These scammy scumbags. If it weren't for those feeders, I would starve during the full moon when I transform and roam the forest and other forms. Lifehawk. Lifehawk the werewolf.
Yep.
Well, I've never been a hunter or anything. I'm a city boy. I'm a homebody too. But I don't have any problem with it as long as, you know, it's not just trophy hunting. If you're just out there hunting to put heads on walls, that's kind of stupid in my opinion. But, you know, if you're actually taking that meat home, putting it in the freezer, making some venison steaks or stew or whatever out of it, I don't have a problem with hunting. And it does play an important role in managing those wild animal populations.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would have a problem with head hunting type stuff, like you were saying, if people actually hunted, like paying someone to take you to an elephant and shooting the elephant, you know, and just to bring home its tusks or head or whatever. I mean,
Hang on a second,
hunting.
Ben. Kaminsky, you have a good night, bud. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. Take care, man. Well, elephant's an endangered species, so that kind of raises its own issues there.
Well, I just mean it. I just mean in general, right? Like that was just off the top of my head. A lion, bear,
Endangered.
and if you're
not
actually
endangered.
hunting it,
Yeah. If you're actually hunting,
then
go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, if you actually hunted it, I can understand, like, the idea of hanging it on your wall. Like, I hunted this animal and I bested this animal. But, you know, when you're not really hunting, about like putting a deer's head on the wall, but you didn't actually hunt that deer. You just waited in a stand and waited for him to come to your feeder. Like, there was no skill involved in what you did. It's not impressive.
Well, sure there is. What time of year do you go out to hunt a deer? What time of day are you most likely to find them at your feeder? It's still, I mean, there's still some level of skill involved. It might be less
You can
skill.
make that argument for anything. Come on.
Of course you can. But if you're going to generalize, then I'm going to generalize right back.
I'm not generalizing.
Well, yeah, you are.
I'm talking specific. If you're gonna sit in, what do you mean I'm generalizing? I'm talking about actual utilizing skills.
What
like
skill?
hunting
What skills?
Tracking.
What skills are the important?
Tracking is the main one.
What skills
Tracking.
are the important skills to
come on,
hunting
Harv,
a deer?
everyone. I'm just talking about a deer.
I know that.
I'm not using that as the exact example.
I get that. But, I mean, every animal is different in the methods that you would use to hunt them. So, you're not going to hunt a deer the same way you would hunt a cougar. You're not going to hunt a cougar the same way you would hunt a squirrel.
I'm aware. You know what I'm saying. You're being argumentative for the sake of being argumentative, and I don't know why.
It's my show. I'll run it the way I want to. This is Harv's world, not Ben's world. I get to be argumentative whatever I want to. Which is very, very rare, actually. But no, I'm actually just playing devil's advocate. That's all I'm doing.
No, you are.
So,
Another thing is that I mean, I understand what you're talking about, Ben, but where we hunt, we might be in I don't know, a 25,000 acre ranch or something, and when we're hunting, there's usually other hunters around, so we're not going to go traipsing through the woods, you know, trying to pick up a print, you know, a hoof print, trying to track down a deer and chase it for a couple of miles while there's other people hunting also, you know. So that's where the feeders, I think, add a little safety. And I understand what you're trying to say, but
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about like hunting for food. I'm talking about hunting for sport. Specifically, if you're hunting for sport, you're not. I'm saying because Harv is saying it's stupid for someone to go hunt for sport to put a head on the wall. I am simply stating that I can see where it would be reasonable to do that if you were actually hunting the animal and having to employ actual skills in order to hunt and kill that animal. Okay? I'm not talking about if you're going out for food or blah 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 blah. No. I'm literally just talking about hunting for sport just because you want to put that thing on your wall. But I understand that there's safety issues you want to take into effect when you're going out hunting.
Well, I'm as far from a tree hugger as you will ever get, but I don't agree with hunting for sport. I think that's just man being superior and taking advantage. And I'm not judging anybody who does it. That's my personal take, and I would never do it. But I'm not sitting here telling you if that's your thing, don't. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. Go do your thing.
Maybe I don't understand what you mean by sport, but I mean we do it for sport, the fun, and the food, and
well, so hunting for sport would be like going on an African safari.
Yeah.
And hunting animals you have either can't be eaten or wouldn't be good if you did. And you're just doing it for a pelt or a head on the wall.
Oh, okay.
And Harley, I don't have that problem. Thank you very much.
You don't have a problem with that?
No, Harley said, "Hey Ben, you started lol, and you didn't last." No, I don't have a problem with lasting. Thank you very much, Harley.
Well, if you're anything like me, you probably don't have money to do it either.
But no, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's.
You probably don't have the money to do it.
I too am not interested in hunting for sport. I was merely stating that the only time I could really see or not be irritated by someone who did it is if they were actually employing a level of skill instead of just like sitting and waiting or being led to it and having it held down while you put a gun to its head. That's not hunting, and that's not skill, and that's anyway.
Okay, well, welcome to Harv's Hunting World with our resident expert Ben.
You will.
Who got pwned? As
I
usual.
did not get pwned. Thank you very much.
Well, you'd never agree to it, even if it did happen. So we're not.
Yes, I would.
We're not going to mince words.
You know I would.
Harley's absolutely right. Anyway.
Incorrect.
Ben, you would love Call of the Wild, Ben.
I'm not even that much of a hunter. It wasn't even supposed to be a huge input or conversation. It's just Hart decided to play devil's advocate now.
Well, when you make broad-based general statements, I'm going to play devil's advocate to get to the bottom of whatever minuscule point you're trying to make. What do you expect?
Not that broad.
It was pretty broad in scope. It was not specific. You were generalizing, so anyway, let's move on from this.
Just the reason why I don't hunt anymore, it's too expensive now, and I don't want to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go sit in the blind when it's 20 degrees outside.
Is ammo still rare right now, or is that?
I think it's rebounded.
Pretty much.
I think it's all sorted itself out now.
Yeah. Depending on what you get.
Yeah, I know there for a while, like everywhere just had no ammo whatsoever.
That's because everybody starts hoarding it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really surprised that there hasn't been a little bit of a shortage with what's gone on the last couple of weeks with mass shootings and stuff. We are not getting into this, by the way.
No. And another reason is it's too much dang work. You shoot that deer and you see it go down, that's when the work really starts. If you're
that's true.
Process it, if you're going to process it by yourself, it's too much work.
I'm with Midge too. I hunt the deals at the butcher's department.
I hear you.
They're deceptively heavy too.
I don't don't have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go do that.
Well, I mean, the folks that I work with, at least my boss and her husband, regularly get into lotteries for elk hunting and stuff like that here in Nevada every year, and they've both gotten, large racked elk. And getting it out, they talk about, you have to clean it in the woods and cut it into quarters and haul it out a quarter at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of bloody work.
Literally.
I hear if you, the moose in Canada is the same way from what I hear. It's just a full day's work to process that moose.
A moose?
Yeah.
Oh, those things are stupid huge. They're like 8 feet tall, man.
Oh, yeah.
They're ridiculously massive, moose are.
I'd hate
Oh.
to shoot one of those.
Elk are pretty big too, right?
Yeah.
Elk
not
are
as
bigger
big.
than deer, but not as big as a moose.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't say they're big as a moose.
Oh, I thought you were saying they were as big as a moose.
Well, I was just saying that they were pretty big.
Oh, man. So, Midge, what's going on there is what I'm doing is using the Lumberjack mod to remove trees. Now, the map doesn't update that type of removal immediately. When I save and come back, those trees will disappear permanently. But for right now, they're stored in the memory. So the way this works is, in order for the game to run smoothly, it almost creates like backgrounds that appear instead of the actual texture. So it's almost like there's a picture up against the background, and so the farther you get away, then that picture comes in, but it still shows the trees when they're not really there. So they keep coming back and forth. Once I save the game and come back, they'll be gone permanently. That's what's going on. It's a little bit funky using Lumberjack sometimes. That's true, Wet Coaster. Absolutely true. And actually, Maine has tons of moose. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a moose in Maine, I understand, and that part of Canada. Lifehawk says if you're with Too Cool and he tells you to put on his antler hat and tells you to run, get back in the truck. Yeah, I've never been willing to put on Too Cool's antler hat. Anyway, guys, that's the end of the stream music that I always seem to play. Well, that I chose to play because it's nice and casual and a good way to say goodbye. It's been a fun stream tonight, guys. Had some good conversation, lots of good company. As always, you guys are awesome. It's always fun to chill on a Friday night and hang out with you guys and chit-chat a little bit. But after a long week, I think that's going to do it for me. I'm going to chat with Adolphus a little bit longer, but me and Farm Sim are done for the night. Anyway, guys, as always, I appreciate you coming along for the ride. Ben, Too Cool, and the other folks who were in voice earlier, thank you so much for joining me.
Enjoyed it.
And until next time, y'all take care.